Hey guys, in this lesson we're just going to do some stuff with our arrays. We're going to do reversing on the arrays. Oh sorry, that should be arrays. And we're going to try to delete some elements in the array, and we're going to try and truncate it. So this should be pretty easy, and let's see how it goes. Okay, so here I have an array of values, just letters from A to J. And let's output this. Okay, so we have the letters in our array. Okay, like we said last time, when we just write out an array, okay, when we just write it out, it's going to give us this kind of format. They're going to be separated by commas. Okay, so we can see all the different elements in the array, and we have the length right here. Okay. Now let's do something to it. Okay, so what I'm doing here is I'm going to run the reverse function on this letters array. Then we're going to output it, and then we're going to reverse it again, and let's see what that gives us. Okay, so just as we expected, this reverse the order of all the elements of the array, and of course when we reverse the reversed order, we're going to get the correct order. So that's pretty simple. Okay, I'm just going to paste some code in here. Alright, so let's take a look at this. So here I'm running the sort function on it, and I'm passing a parameter to the sort. I'm passing a parameter in here, and the parameter that I'm passing in is a function. Okay, now this is kind of advanced stuff, and you don't have to worry if you don't understand it, but basically I just grabbed this function from this site in order to randomize the elements of our array. It might not be the best function for randomizing, but it seems to work pretty good for me. Okay, and let's save that and output. Okay, we have no output stuff here. Let's see here. Let's just move this over. Okay, so here you can see the function's doing what it's supposed to do. It's randomized the letters. If I refresh here, this is going to change each time. Okay, seems pretty good to me. And the reason I did that is because I want to run the sort function on it. Just the sort function in its most basic form. So here we have our letters array and the sort function on it, not passing any parameters in it. So when we use this sort function on the letters array and we don't give it any parameters, what it's going to do is it's going to sort it alphabetically. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so here randomizing each time, but it doesn't matter what it is, it's going to sort it alphabetically here, and we got what we started with. So that's good. Alright, so I'm going to create a new array now. Okay, so here we have a new variable, letters2, and that's set to a new array of these guys. Just one moment. Okay, so what I'm doing here, we're outputting it, showing the length. Let's take a look at that. Alright, nothing special. Alright, so now what I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to delete the first three things here. Okay, so let's first try to use the delete function to get rid of them. Okay, so here three delete statements for the first element of array, the second, and the third. So that should be K, L, M, and let's see if we can delete them with that. Let's write it out. Okay, let's see what we get. Alright, so what happened was they didn't get deleted. We just have these commas here. Okay, what's in there? Well, what it is it hasn't deleted those elements of the array, but what it does is it's deleted their value, and it now has an undefined value. Okay, So if we loop through that, we should be able to see that. Okay, let's put our loop in here. Alright, so we've seen this for loop before. The reason I use this for loop is because, you saw when we just wrote it out, we just get these commas. Okay, but we want to see the value. So we're going to see the value from this because look, we're writing out letters and then we're giving which index in the array is going to give us the value. And we can see that the values are undefined. Okay, so that was the result of our delete function, is now we lost our letters and we have 3 undefineds here. Okay. Okay, let's do a bit more. Okay, so what I did here was first I'm just writing out I'm doing an HR tag here because I want a line to clearly separate the things so you can see it clearly. And what I'm doing after that is I'm setting my own length for this array. So this length this length property here is actually a read and write property. So we can not only access it and just write it out, we can change it here. We can write to it. So before we had 10 elements in our array, but now I'm going to set it to 7, and I'm going to see if I can delete some elements like that. Let's take a look at that. And we have our for loop to output it, and we're concatenating on just a comma and then a space. Okay, so this is what we got now. We got our 3 undefineds from before, and we had 4 here, and it worked. So what it did was, and by the way, this isn't the best way to delete elements from an array, but what it did was it changed the length of the array. And in order to do that, it was 10 before, now it's 7, so it removed the last 3 elements from the array. Okay, let's do a little more. Alright, so here we have our HR tag. Now we're setting the length back to 10, and we're taking a look at the array. Okay, now we have this from before. Now we set it to 10, so before it was 7 and now it's 10, so what it needed to do was it needed to add 3 elements to the end of the array. Okay, but we didn't give it a value, so we gave them all values of undefined. So this is what our array looks like now. Okay, now I'm going to show you the proper way to take elements off the array, and we're just going to look at this just a little bit in this video, and I'm going to talk about more about these guys in the next video. Let's take a brief look at them. Okay, so my HR tag, and then I'm doing letters too, and I'm running the pop function on it. And what pop is going to do is it's going to take 1 element off the back of the array. Okay, and make sure you remember that this pop takes 1 element off the back of the array. Let's take a look at that. So we can see it almost looks the same, but here we had 3 undefineds at the end. Now we have 2 because it removed the last one, and the length will be 9 now. And let's do one more. Okay, so now I have my HR tag here, and I'm doing something 3 times here. So we have our letters to array, and I'm running the shift function on it once, twice, and 3 times. Okay, I just put these all on one line to save space. So I'm running the shift 3 times. And what shift does is the opposite of pop. So pop took 1 element off the end of the array, but what shift is going to do is it's going to take these elements off the front of the array. Let's take a look at that. Okay, so we can see we no longer have the 3 undefineds at the front of the array, and because they've all been removed one by one by these shift functions. Okay, in the next lesson we'll talk more about push, pop, shift, and unshift. See you then.